Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you the powerful fault tolerance properties of Kubetorch. In this example, we're going to automatically find the batch size by trying larger and larger batch sizes until we hit an OOM, and then restarting our training and running it in full with that successful run. We start with a basic training function. This is not special to Kubetorch. This is a basic distributed training. And you should think of this as your training entry point, and you don't even need to use Torch. You could use TensorFlow, Ray, etc. We come down here and we define the compute that this training is going to run on. So I want a GPU for each worker, and I want to use the PyTorch base image. This can be your team image. You can add pip installs, whatever you want here. And then we're going to wire up PyTorch distributed communication between the nodes, and we want 4 workers. Then I take my training function and send it to the remote resources, and I get back train DDP, which behaves and looks identical to the original training function, except instead of running locally, it's now on powerful distributed remote hardware. I can call this as normal, and so I'm going to start with a basic batch size, and then in a loop, I'm going to try larger and larger batch sizes until I hit a CUDA out of memory issue, and then I'm going to go and do my training for 10 epochs with the batch size that was successful. I'm going to go ahead and run this, and because I already have this service warm, iteration loops are extremely fast after that, and so I can start my remote training almost instantly. You can see that I'm going to start with a batch size of 8,000. It's going to run. That succeeded. I'm going to double the batch size run, and that's going to succeed as well. And then I'm going to increase the batch size again. And finally, I'm going to call the batch size with 65,000, and finally I reached the out of memory issue, and so I set the batch size to 32K, and now I'm going to run the training for a couple epochs. You can see that because I have this programmatic control over my issues, I now have a lot of patterns that I can use to ensure that my production trainings don't fail.